Dwight. It's a KFC back rub.
Can a chicken massage cure this man's chronic back pain?
Feels really loose.
Will a shallow grave alleviate this woman's claustrophobia?
I accept his blessing, and I thank him for it.
And is this the jungle equivalent of Viagra?
Oh, this is for sexual infirmities. Have you ever wondered how non-Western medicine works? Or indeed, if it works?
For most of the world, a visit to the doctor looks like this. Often bizarre-looking treatments from shamans, gurus, and traditional healers.
Some might call these healers witch doctors, but I want to put that label to the test.
I'm Piers Gibbon, author and explorer. I'm taking 2 Americans to see if these ancient medical practices can cure their ailments. Does this medicine work, and how?
We'll find out the hard way on The Witch Doctor Will See You Now.
Cameroon, Africa. Home to 19 million people. 80% of them relying on non-Western medicine. And I want to find out if it works. I'm joined by 2 volunteers.
Hey, welcome to Cameroon, Jenna.
Hi. Nice
really
to
good
meet
to
you.
meet you.
27-year-old tattoo enthusiast Jenna Patel, who has anxiety, panic attacks, and claustrophobia.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
And 53-year-old martial arts expert Dwight Werner, who suffers from chronic back pain, arthritis, and sleep apnea.
Let's get our stuff in the van. We've got a long journey.
I suffered a fracture years ago, and I think arthritis has set in. I've tried conventional medicine in the United States, and it hasn't helped much, so I want to give Africa a chance to cure me.
I have anxiety, and I have tried Western techniques, and trying to discover new ones.
And how are your anxiety levels right now?
I'm pretty nervous right now.
I've got just 1 week to find out if Cameroonian medicine holds answers to their health problems. So we're heading straight to our first doctor in the suburbs of Yaoundé, the capital city.
So he's the dental doctor, not in by school, but the community. The
streets?
Yeah, he's been for 5 years.
All right.
Villagers travel from far and wide to see Dr. Alfred, his diagnostic skills and vast knowledge of medicinal plants.
Hello, Dr. Alfred.
Hello. Welcome. How are you?
I'm very good,
Nice to
thank
meet
you.
you. My
This
name
is
is
Jenna.
Jenna. Nice to meet you.
And Dwight.
Welcome. Nice to meet you, Welcome.
And we'd love to see if you can help them.
And I'm very happy to receive you.
Excellent, thank you.
Dr. Alfred starts by tackling Jenna's anxiety. New Jersey girl Jenna has been suffering from panic attacks for years.
I personally like to meditate and calm myself down when I do have panic attacks. I dove myself deep into, roller derby and going to the gym and keeping myself busy and working and constantly moving.
Her anxiety often prevents her entering new environments.
Can I ask Jenna, how are you feeling right now?
I'm stoked. Let's do it.
Chickens are believed to have supernatural powers that can protect and empower a patient. By rubbing this chicken on Jenna, Dr. Alfred creates a force field against evil. If the chicken stays on her head and doesn't hop off, it means the force field is intact and Jenna will be safe. Jenna seems to be coping well, but her treatment's about to get even more bizarre.
Let me get this straight. You're going to cut a heart out of that chicken.
And I have to eat it.
I think so, yes.
I don't know if I can do that without vomiting profusely. Is it going to be cooked or raw?
Raw.
I don't know if I can even get that down.
Okay.
He kills the chicken and surrounds Jenna in a protective ring of blood.
Still beating.
Dr. Alfred, why will Jenna get benefit from a beating heart of a chicken?
It's still beating. I can't get over that.
So the symbolism is that you will gain courage from doing it and your fears will be removed. You up for that?
I don't know if I can swallow that. I don't even think I could get that down.
You just got to follow your own heart. But I think you should do it. I think you just close your eyes.
I can't.
So little. It's only just like a chicken nugget.
It's gonna make me sick. Can't do it.
If I take it, will it do me good? It'll do good?
Good.
Okay, thank you. So I just swallow?
Yeah, just swallow like this.
Pure heart.
Yeah, pure heart.
Oh,
Yes.
that wasn't too bad.
You happy then?
The treatment concludes with a medicinal drink, which means another sacrifice. Dr. Alfred mixes the chicken blood with his secret selection of herbs, the contents of which he does not reveal to anyone.
Your legs are jiggling. Does this mean anxiety levels are rising?
No.
A spoonful of honey helps the medicine go down.
Looks like tea with blood in it. Cheers. Salud. Thank you. Thank you. The worst part about the whole experience was just him removing the heart from the chicken and giving it to me beating. I couldn't stomach that. It's going to help my anxiety in one way. He literally scared the anxiety out of me because I never want to do that again.
Dwight's up next. How will he find his treatment?
Thank you.
Dwight hails from Michigan, where, despite being a triple black belt, he's had chronic back and joint pain for most of his adult life.
About 30 years ago, I was driving home from work and I fell asleep at the wheel. And I went up the road and I hit a light pole. And I fractured my L3 and my L4 vertebrae. I can't, put on my shoes and socks unless I, sit down and have somebody lift my leg up or if I figure out some other way. Performing rear punch, one to go! Yes, sir!
Arthritis further aggravates Dwight's condition.
I've tried pain medication and therapy and stretching, but there's no cure in the USA for arthritis.
But Dr. Alfred believes he has the solution.
Devil claw.
Devil claw.
Devil claw.
Devil's claw.
Devil claw.
Now this one I've actually heard of, and it contains iridoid glycosides, which have been used in the US in phase 2 trials for hip and knee rheumatoid arthritis. So it's got some real science involved in looking at this. Thank you.
Dr. Alfred pounds the devil's claw into a paste to extract its medicinal properties.
There you go, man. Take a seat.
Bunny.
Dwight's eager to lend Dr. Alfred some muscle.
Okay. So, Dr. Alfred, you believe this is better than Western medicine?
Then, out of nowhere, Dr. Alfred produces a razor blade, and we're both left wondering where this treatment's heading.
Where are
you going to incise me?
You're a man. You're a man, don't be afraid. So that's how he's going to get it into your body. You're going to be cutting into Dwight's body about 10 different places and pushing the medicine into that. Are you sure you're up for that? Usually, Dr. Alfred uses the same blade on several patients and washes it in between. I've asked him to use this blade just on Dwight, but I'm not sure if that is enough to persuade Dwight that he wants to have 10 cuts on his body and herbs pushed in. I'll go and ask him.
It's a big decision.
Inhale. Hold it. Ready.
Dwight's going with the razor blade. While modern medicine would use an injection, Dr. Alfred believes that the cuts will allow the medicine to enter directly into Dwight's bloodstream. He cuts the joints most prone to arthritic inflammation.
It's a lot more than 10 cuts. It's like 5 or 6 on every single place. Okay, and where next? This is a little bit worrying, using a razor blade on someone's spine, but Dr. Alfred's done this many times.
As the cuts begin to seep, he quickly applies the devil's claw mixture.
I feel it stings a little bit, burns, a little burning, and it's not from the cuts, it's from what's going into the cut. I can feel it.
At first sight, cutting into the body and putting herbs into it looks very strange, I admit, but it makes sense to me because I have seen that Dwight's skin has responded to whatever has been pushed in there. There's been, you know, like a mosquito bite there, so something has gone in.
After a long day of treatments, I've checked us into local accommodations. I'm curious to hear if Dr. Alfred's potion has worked for Jenna.
This is the chicken blood mixture I was supposed to drink. Tastes like pure crapola. And I'm gonna pass it on to the next guy or the sink.
But Dwight seems a little more open-minded.
It's too soon to tell for sure if it's going to work. These things aren't immediate cures even to the doctor. He says they're not magic, but I believe there's some merit to the herbs and, you know, the pharmaceutical quality of them.
For the last 16 years, Dwight's also suffered from sleep apnea. And, as usual, he's having a restless night.
I went to a sleep study and they, in an hour, for over 30 seconds at a time. So they call it severe sleep apnea.
Because Dwight stops breathing, he could have a heart attack. His family's worried, so they've taken drastic action.
I haven't really got a good night's sleep in a long time, so recently, just this week, they gave me a machine to use. It pumps air into my lungs and helps me sleep.
But the machine isn't a cure.
If I could cure the sleep apnea through a traditional way and not have to be hooked up to a machine, it's priceless.
It's day 2. We're out in central Yaoundé.
Yeah.
Cameroon, about that? You on red?
Oh no, green.
Green. Voila, merci beaucoup. Merci.
Dwight's exhausted and is desperate for a remedy. I know just the person to take him to.
Now, Dr. Scheller is famous around here for treating sleep disorders, and people would travel for like 8 hours to try her special technique. Dr. Scheller.
Yes, come in.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Dr. Scheller's treatments are both medicinal and spiritual.
When I sleep, I might see in a dream that this particular illness, you will be treating with this.
So in your dreams, you find out which
Yes.
plants to use for which patient?
Yes, I dream it.
For the treatment to work, Dwight must undergo a blessing. He's confronted by a familiar sight. An A.
Chicken. Thank you. Give your me.
Mostly,
Accept.
normally, as before.
Accept my sleep
Even
disorder into
if
your
you
body.
have another problem, as we live
Help
from
me to
here,
sleep.
all your problem in life should disappear. I'm free from you, and you stay finely, and you live normally as God make you to live.
Dwight is giving the treatment the best chance he can give it by believing in it in the moment. And if the treatment relies on the placebo effect, he is doing exactly the right thing.
Remove all the bad spirit from him and protect him from all anxieties. When he go back to his destination, he will live well as God has made him to live.
If Dwight's chicken falls asleep, his prayers are answered and he'll sleep soundly tonight.
Sleep till in the morning.
Oh, this eye's asleep.
Sleep till in the morning.
It's sleeping.
Catch the head.
Touch it?
Catch the head. You catch the head when sleeping.
Catch it when it's sleeping, we're good.
Hold like this.
It all sort of came to a climax when the chicken is held upside down and Dr. Scheller is saying, sleep if the patient will sleep. So she's talking to the chicken and talking to the patient saying, look, the chicken will show you just how well you're going to sleep tonight.
When she held the chicken upside down and she was trying to help me with my sleeping disorder, you know, quite frankly, I'm a little skeptical about all that part, but I do like the fact that they pray. That's good.
As they leave, Dr. Scheller gives Dwight a mixture of pounded herbs and plants to inhale before he goes to bed. It's a family secret she won't reveal, but she promises it will help him sleep.
See, like it smells like spice.
Cash. Oh, that's strong.
It doesn't seem to be having any bad effects.
I like it.
I don't know what it is, but the night just got way better.
Oh, man. I feel really good.
God.
I feel very relaxed because of the treatment I just did. And I think I'm going to have a pretty good night's sleep. We'll find out.
Hi there.
Hi.
Do you get any sleep?
Yeah, something good.
Yeah?
Something about 5 straight hours.
5 straight hours?
Yeah.
That is a lot. That is like 4 straight hours longer than last night.
Yeah.
And how many hours do you normally sleep a night?
I usually wake up about every hour on the hour that I know. I've been told I wake up a lot more than that, but that's what I know for sure.
So 5 straight hours is actually quite good.
That's really good.
Wow.
I'm impressed. For the first time in years, Dwight's had a decent... With 3 days in the experiment and dinners had no stress in her anxiety. I'm taking to the outskirts of Yaoundé to meet a healer who specializes in this condition. Dr. Abdoulaye acts out a patient's worst fears. In Jenna's case, claustrophobia. So she's going to lie in a shallow grave.
So, I don't want you to do anything that is going to make you more anxious, and I saw you sort of jiggling a bit from foot to foot, which is usually a sign that you're feeling a bit nervous. So, don't do anything that's going to make it worse. Okay?
Gotcha.
But before she makes her decision, he needs to bury something else first. Dr. Abdoulaye claims he can transfer anxiety from a human onto an animal. To do this, this chicken must go through a similar procedure to Jenna.
Africa fen kidina allo wadum men semang vo na me wir men fak mo so ang vo order wir so lan bine nyai wo wir un be men simon vo ram un ben so am lo way sir men weng vo ran bi so we could been go ya way len bi generate by I load up to bol life there is so but the fact that I can know out with mom life jung won saw yen suicide to sue for won show so be my way in way we pu.
The chicken has gone very quiet.
I'd like to just think that it's hanging out or chilling underneath all that dirt.
But now it's the moment of truth for Jenna. Will she take the plunge?
It does seem that a lot of these treatments are about confronting fears and just proving to yourself that you can get through it. And interestingly, this reminds me of a fairly well-established behavioral therapy technique called flooding, where you are, you know, if you're scared of spiders, you're told to imagine lots of hideous, hairy spiders. And if you're claustrophobic, a shallow grave, I guess, is the place to go. But to be honest, do you feel that there's any possibility it could help?
You know, anybody with anxiety trying to deal with it, they're looking for calmness and serenity. I feel like a lot of the treatments play on just making people more nervous and scared. But, hey, I'm here to show the world what works and what doesn't, so let's do it. All right.
A white sheet represents the pure spirits that will protect Jenna. And the candle flames will burn any dark forces that dare to get close.
And where are your anxiety levels from 1 to 10?
We're about a 2 right now.
Okay.
Pretty calm.
Jenny ulo yong yit ba yong ye mama
Mark and Carla.
kai wor ka un lan ben wor ka lan ben ni bugu mayane so abese fer un len ben fo bifen fer un ben no ay ben adu benji ili se tim benji igi joy ke jung fi.
The goal of flooding is for the patient to challenge their fears head-on and replace them with a relaxed state.
What you're doing, though, is making me very calm, and I give you all my belief.
After 20 minutes, Jenna couldn't look more serene.
Thank you.
So we didn't team benji adu fun go bra na mo fun for
Hopeful sign. Chicken noises. We are very much hoping that the chicken is alive, because that is a good omen. If the chicken is dead, bad omen. That chicken is very much alive. Hey, it's good to see. Happy chicken.
Happy chicken.
The chicken survived its burial, which, according to Dr. Abdoulaye, means that Jenna is cured of her anxiety.
white candles, shallow grave and chicken blood. I mean, it totally looks like witchcraft, but I think Jenna actually got something from it, and I'm really proud that she did it.
I'm happy it's alive. My new pet. Thank you.
Just as Dr. Abdullah is ready to conclude the treatment, 15 armed police turn up, demand we stop filming and arrest us. The whole team are arrested and detained in a police station back in the city. After 5 hours of being interrogated in a Cameroonian police station, we are released and in shock.
Well, I am very sorry about that. That was not what I expected to happen. That was not on the treatment list, being arrested by armed police. So, yeah, on behalf of Cameroon and the program, sorry about that.
Thank you for the wonderful experience, Africa. The neighbors had called in the police, the neighborhood watch, and they rolled up, machine guns in hand, and questioned us about what was going on. The neighbors were under the assumption that I was being buried and killed and that my life was in danger.
They're all walking around with their fingers on the triggers of their AK-47s. So I can see what it bothered her quite a bit.
It was really frustrating to not be able to see how well the treatment might work for her, because suddenly she's thrown into a highly stressful armed guard arrest and custody situation.
Didn't really appreciate the arresting part. Didn't really need that in my day.
We are 4 days into our medical experiment, and after our arrest, Jenna's anxiety has increased. Took time to find a cure for what's back pain. Alfred invites us back cleansing ceremony.
Good at you. Good.
How you doing? Fabulous.
Instructs us to take our clothes off and then disappears. He returns with a goat, and we're immediately suspicious.
What's going to happen?
You'll cleanse us with the blood from the goat. And how does that help our health? Yeah, so how do you feel about that? The goat is going to die to protect us.
I'm not too sure it's going to work, but I came to Africa for a reason, to try it, and I'll just give it my best.
Animal sacrifice has occurred in religions all around the world for symbolic and spiritual rituals. But that doesn't make it any easier for us to watch.
All of us eat meat, yeah?
Yep.
So we don't have a right to never be involved in this process, I guess.
Dr. Alfred sees the cleansing as a spiritual blood transfusion, where blood from a healthy animal cleans the impurities from a sick human. I don't know of any medical evidence for this, but so much of Cameroonian medicine is based on belief.
Simply ridiculous. Just ridiculous.
The placebo effect is where a patient's expectation that a treatment will work makes them believe that it has worked. And I'm willing to give it a go if it will right.
So how long do we have to leave this on for? Okay. So we're keeping him. Right, look. It was back in time, man. It's what people have been doing for thousands of years. It's like something out of the Bible, the scapegoat, taking my sins upon it and
being slaughtered in front of me and it's died on my behalf. It's kind of biblical. The ritual must end with us blessing the goat by eating it. Dr. Alfred scrapes away the hide. His family will share our feast. The thought being that by sharing the animal that helped us, we are spreading our well-being to the whole neighborhood.
Merci beaucoup. I'd have to say it's one of the strangest things I've ever done. I really can't see how it's going to work, but, you know, I'm still going to keep an open mind.
Just feel a little dirty, a little sticky and gross, a little aggravated because I'm covered in all this crap.
Smelling of dead goat, we make our way back to the apartment. Jenna can't take it any longer.
The goat getting killed was absolutely ridiculous. There are certain things that happen that are completely uncalled for, and that, my friends, is one of them.
It's day 5 of our experiment. We're heading on a 10-hour drive through rocky terrain to Kempoman rainforest on Cameroon's southern coast. We're going to meet one of the oldest tribes on Earth for some extreme medical treatments.
So these people call themselves the Bagili, and the outside world knows them as pygmies.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
The Bagili have been practicing ancient traditional medicine for thousands of years. Their methods combine spirituality and plants from the forest to help cure the sick. This village has never been filmed before. To the Bagili, the forest is God, and we're invited to watch a dance that invokes the spirit of the forest to bless the village. The Bagili have extreme techniques for curing patients. They perform a secret ceremony called the Minkura to help Dwight, and particularly Jenna, to overcome her anxiety. The elders refuse to tell us what's going to happen.
Jenna and Dwight have both been blindfolded, because if they see what happens next, they will be blinded for life. Jenna and Dwight have just been led off. I cannot follow them. I don't know what's going to happen to them. I'm worried.
I haven't seen Jenna or Dwight for an hour, but finally, the tribe brings them back to the hut.
Somebody grabbed my hand and dragged me out and started shaking my arm around and pulling me around in a circle, and then he like punched me in the stomach and punched me in the back. Started rubbing all over my body and shaking my arms around and doing all kinds of stuff. I didn't know if they were going to hurt me or kill me. I lived with this back pain for so long, I didn't care.
These people that you don't even know are taking you into the middle of this open field where they practically live in the rainforest. And then they proceed to spin you around and do all kind of crazy stuff and pull you all different ways. And you eventually just lose all your anxiety, and you're standing there and you lose all inhibition, and you know that they're not going to hurt you.
Oh, I don't know why Jenna could cope. How she coped with it is extraordinary. I'm impressed and amazed that she went through it, and I called through the wall when they were asking diagnostic questions to check she was okay, but I felt powerless and useless and really scared.
Last night was extreme enough, but the next morning, the Bagili want to test if Jenna's lost her anxiety.
I can feel the heat, and he's like blowing it that way. It's the coolest thing. Having anxiety and throwing yourself into situations that induce anxiety, it seems to be a pretty effective way. Not so much flooding and bombarding somebody who has it, but doing it in moderation and little by little, and through the time that I've been here, just all the experiences in general have built up, and the excitement and the momentum just makes you just excited instead of being nervous.
The Bagili also have something for me to try.
Oh. Yeah. And what does it do? What's it good for? This is for sexual infirmities. You want to try some? No, I don't need it. Thank you.
Okay.
Keep eating.
Well, I'm good or well, didn't it?
I'm eating. It's not working. Nothing's happening. Nothing. I've just found out that there is a jungle equivalent to Viagra. It's a pepper vine, it's called, and it will give you many, many hours of excitement just by eating 2 inches of it. My mouth is reacting quite badly to it, so it's swelling up a little bit. So I can understand that the swelling effect might be useful elsewhere.
There's nothing there.
Thank you very much.
Merci.
Thank you.
I'm still waiting for my medicine to take effect, but our time with the Bagili has come to an end. And with only one more day to go, I want us to get back to the city. Jenna seems to have found some help from her psychological treatments. But we still haven't found a cure for Dwight's back pain. I'm hoping that Dr. Alfred can help him.
I haven't taken any medication today for the pain.
So it becomes an experiment.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Dwight suffered from chronic back pain for 30 years. Back home in Michigan, he has physical therapy 3 times a week.
You know, I'm going through physical therapy now. That does the same thing. It's a massage type thing for my back. And there is some relief, but usually just for a short period of time.
Today, Dwight's about to experience a massage that goes way beyond the physical. They first prepare his back by rubbing it with the feathers of a chicken.
Dwight, it's a KFC back rub.
The chicken is soon out cold. The next stage of the treatment involves something more intimidating. Burning hot coals on Dwight's back. Dr. Alfred believes that hot coals mixed with saliva have the power to burn away pain. Scientifically, the chemicals histatin in saliva can heal wounds, and opiophine acts as a painkiller.
I could feel him putting it on my back, but I can't really see what he's doing. But when he's twisting it and tugging it, it's stretching it out, stretching out the muscle, and it really loosened it up.
Dr. Alfred's wife, Veronica, prepares the next concoction. Snake oil mixed with herbs.
Wow. It smells pretty potent stuff. I've seen a study that shows that at least one species of snake has omega-3s in it, and omega-3s, when eaten, do relieve inflammation and arthritis. I've never seen anything about rubbing it into the skin. Maybe Dr. Alfred knows something that science doesn't, eh?
I feel like a tingling. Feels like it's going numb.
Really?
Yeah.
You feel like something's going into your body and doing something?
Yes, I feel like something's going under the skin.
So, did it work?
You good? Have a shirt. Keep warm. How's that feel?
It feels really loose. Feels a lot better.
Great. So you're feeling looser?
I feel a lot better. When he was rubbing that lotion in, or that snake fat, I could feel it being absorbed into my skin. And I can still feel it. And it kind of like, it worked. It numbed it. I mean, it doesn't hurt.
Wow.
Back home, Dwight's intense pain means he can't bend further than this.
Whoa, check it out.
A lot better.
Yeah.
I couldn't do that before.
And this is without painkillers?
I haven't had any painkillers at all today.
And how do you describe the level of pain now?
It doesn't hurt.
It doesn't hurt?
No, and usually the lowest it goes is maybe a 6 or a 5.
Out of 10?
Out of 10. 10's the strongest.
Yeah. And now you're at 0?
Now it doesn't hurt at all.
Wow.
I mean, it's numb. It's like,
That's interesting. You'd pay quite a bit of money for that snake oil, wouldn't you?
I would. I want to bring it back to USA.
Yeah.
Well, I'm pretty excited because this is the first time in a long time that I don't feel any pain at all in my back without taking medication. I mean, if this lasts, I'm going to be very, very pleased.
Dwight is now pain-free, and even if that's only happening just for a few moments, it is quite a sort of window opening in Dwight's world that he can be pain-free.
Whether it was the massage or the snake oil and herbs, the treatment has seemed to help Dwight's back. It's been an extraordinary week investigating these ancient medicines. But our time in Cameroon has come to an end.
I've gone through the most bizarre things anybody could have ever imagined, and all of that now has just allowed me to put myself out there and just live my life normally and not get nervous about things, because when I actually stop being nervous and give myself the chance to take part in something new, I am a lot more independent than I thought I was.
It looks a little bit like voodoo. It looks a little bit like black magic because of the chanting and animal sacrifices and drinking of the blood when they stir blood. And all of them things are odd to us. But to these people, it's not odd. What impresses me the most is that treatment. The fact that I was pain-free without taking narcotics. I'm excited to find out what that herb was and then, continue the treatment back in the United States.
It's been fun.